Si va a llover, que llueva. Lo que no quiero es chin chin.
No quiero chin chin. Si va a llover, que llueva. No quiero chin chin.
Déjate de cuento, no quiero más jalarte. Deja la bobera que lo mío sí arte. No te tires, chicho, yo tengo a la matar. Tu pistola vieja ya no tira nada. Deja la mentira, tú vives del invento. Lo tuyo es un chinchín que se lo lleve el viento. Me tomo lo que llueva y me como un rayo. Lo mío sí no es cuento, yo soy un caballo.
No quiero chin si va a llover que llueva. No quiero chin.
No abuses de chiquito que Dios está mirando. Si te pasan la cuenta te veré pagando. Eso es lo que hay, yo tengo la verdad. Eso es lo que traje, para ti no hay nada. Mira para el espejo, dime.
Welcome everyone to another edition of Casa Cuba Sundays with your host Michi. Hope everyone's having a very lovely Sunday. It's here in New York we have very beautiful weather. It's almost in the 40s. Beautiful sunshine, but there's no better sunshine than the Sunshine State, and that's where two of our guests happen to be from. We have Lisa Figueredo from she's the one that coordinates the Ybor City Festival in Ybor City, Tampa, Florida, and we have the wonderful Kim making it happen. We're also going to have our special guest Cynthia Fuente, and those three lovely ladies make an awesome trio. So without further ado, Lisa and Kim. Hi, ladies. How are you this wonderful Sunday? Casa Cuba Sunday.
Cheers to Sunday.
Cheers to Sunday. Woo! So what do you ladies have in your cups?
Lisa, nobody can hear you. No.
So, so what do you have in your cup, Kim?
I have a Stella, but I actually started off with two dark and stormies.
Ooh.
It's a little warm here in Tampa, so I decided to start out with beer today. Hey.
Very nice. I miss that Tampa heat, that Florida heat. I miss it so much.
This is the best time of year to be here because it's not too humid. Lisa, we still can't hear you, and I almost cussed you, just so you know. No.
We were hearing her a little while ago. Maybe she needs to go out and come back in.
And then our dear friend Cynthia is always fashionably late. So
it's okay.
And I was not too far behind her. Happy Fuente Sunday, everyone.
Oh yes, thank everyone. Oh, Candy. We have Vilma. We have Jonate Harris. We have
Jay from Dallas.
Jay, the fabulous Jay.
The fabulous Jay.
Let's see. Can we get Lisa now?
Can you all hear me now?
Finally.
Can you hear me now?
Finally.
Can you hear me now? Okay, so I'm drinking a mojito in my Fuente Yeti cup.
Sweetie, it's still kind of hard to hear you. You sound very far.
Bueno, coño, I am far. I'm in Florida.
Chica, we practiced this on Friday.
Let's see
What's
if
the
this
problem?
works.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
Better. Oh my goodness.
now we can hear you better. It's all good, you know. Go
Don't
good
put
and
that shit back on. Take that shit off. Oh, I can't cuss, right?
oh, you can curse all you want.
Hey,
How about now? Can you guys hear me?
we could hear you.
Very
Can you?
clearly. Very
But I'm
nice.
still far away. Do I
No,
No,
sound
you're
muffled?
real close.
yeah,
Okay, good. Okay, probably just a few little technical difficulties here.
it's all good. I'm sorry, you were saying you had in your cup of mojito?
I have a mojito that I made in my Fuente Yeti cup because
Very
it's hot. It's hot here.
It's not that
So
hot, Lisa. Always
it's
complain about the
listen,
heat. It's
it's
not
80,
damn hot.
it's 83 degrees and it's getting ready to
It's
be a swamp here.
it is not that hot. Seriously, where's Cynthia?
So what are you guys
Use your
smoking? I'm
routine.
smoking the here, I'll hold it up for y'all. The
Oh, this-
100th anniversary. Because I smoked the hell out of my Casa Cubas the other night. I smoked like 4 of them right in a row.
What
Ooh,
was wrong with you? What were you dealing with?
Just sitting outside and it was nice. I think it was like around 60 degrees out. That's my kind of weather and just hanging out. Watching The Sopranos. That's the problem is that I'm watching The Sopranos and every second Tony Soprano's got a cigar in his mouth. So it's addictive,
oh yeah,
right?
that's one of our favorite shows.
Yeah, I've watched it like I don't know. I've watched the entire series. I think they have 6 years of series. I've watched it probably 100 times, no lie. Especially during the COVID. Like James Gandolfini, aka Tony Soprano, got me through this damn pandemic.
I think my husband would agree with you because he rewatched it during the pandemic.
Oh
too.
my God. Every time my brother would call me, he's like, "Are you watching The Sopranos?" I go, "Bro, of course I'm watching The Sopranos." So, but anyway, yeah, so I'm enjoying the 100th anniversary. It's a great cigar.
Delicious, yes.
But yes, I do. I was showing you the other night that Casa Cuba that I have. That man, I mean, that thing's like probably from 2007 or 8, maybe 8. So what happened with that is I still have it. Doesn't have a label on it. I don't know if a lot of you know, but I grew up next door to Cynthia Fuente. So, of course, you know, I grew up with her family and her father and parents. So, pretty much every Sunday we would go over to the house next door and I'd sit there with Don Carlos and smoke cigars. Of course, I would only get halfway through the cigar and he'd be like, "Go get another one." I actually sat one night with him and Carlito and Cynthia at 2:00 in the afternoon till like 1 or 2 in the morning. And I smoked like, I think 8 or 9 cigars because as soon as I finished one, he's like, "Go get another one, go get another one." So I was at his house one day and he tells me, "Go get a cigar." He's, cause he didn't have a humidor. Like you would think, like people think you go to his house and you walk in, he's got this, no, he just got a little, most of his stuff are in bundles. He's got a factory. He doesn't need a humidor in his house. So I went over and I picked up a cigar and it was in a bundle and it didn't have labels on it at the time. And it was interesting to me because it was almost the size of a Lancero, but not quite. And it basically was, at the time, was the doble dos that he was, coming up with. They were prototypes, basically. So I started smoking that cigar, and let me tell you, it was, you want to talk like love at first sight? I was love at first sight with that cigar. You could see the oil, I mean, just glistening off of that leaf. So I said, "What is this?" And he goes, "Oh, it's a new cigar I'm going to be coming out with." And I was like, "All right." So after I smoked one, I was like, "Carlos, you can't let anybody else have these cigars." And he started laughing. He goes, "No, the only one that has it is this guy, Mark, who used to come over. He's a longtime friend. He used to come over and sometimes smoke." I said, "You got to hide these from Mark." So he's like, okay, no problem. So he hid them so nobody else could have them. Just Cynthia and I were smoking them. And I'm telling you what, I can't even explain it, but that cigar was incredible.
Wow.
And then when they released the cigar at the IPCPR show, I think what was 2013?
Yes.
Okay, so when they released that cigar, the pre one, I think the length was shortened just a little, and I think the ring gauge just went up just a little. But when I spoke to him about it, and I think a lot of people that are Casa Cuba fans know that he really wanted to make a cigar that was much like the Cuban cigars from back in the day. And I mean, you know, the guy just, not only did he ace it, but he threw it up into the stratosphere. Like, there's no other cigar that is close.
And she froze.
And she stopped.
Okay. So we're bringing in our next guest.
Hi, everyone. It's Kim making it happen. Coming to you from Tampa.
Awesome.
Yeah, we lost her.
It's okay. She'll
Yeah.
come back. All right,
I'm
You
Kim.
have a
smoking
little bit of
across.
an issue. Oh, there we
Yeah, I
are.
think you're having a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, that's okay. But like I was saying, he knocked that, you know, into the park. And so we had a lot of discussions about that cigar. And it's a very special cigar because I got to smoke, you know, some of the first Gasa prototypes basically before anybody did. I love having that badge of honor. I mean, that's like, how can you beat that?
That's
You
probably
know,
one of the
so
best cigar memories.
it's one. I mean, I have so many memories, even from as a child growing up, you know, from him saving my life from being late to school for the millionth time. You know, he used to see me miss the bus, and I would walk on the street, and he'd be like, Chiquita, you look nerviosa. What's the matter? Which nerviosa, for y'all that don't speak Spanish, means nervous. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get in so much trouble. I missed the bus again. He's like, come on, get in. And he would take me to school. And then I was like, well, I'm late. So he would actually walk in with check my ass into school. Like, that man, he was like, you know, he was like my father too. You know, they say that love is thicker than blood, and it's the truth. I mean, seriously. But I would also get my ass reamed by him too,
Oh,
like he was my father. When Ricky and I used to be doing bad stuff at the house, making all kinds of problems, having all these pool parties until Cynthia got home and with her friends and threw our asses all out of the pool. But yeah, so you know, but he was he was basically a father to me. I mean, I can't, you know, my father lives up north, so I didn't get to see him that much. And I live with my aunt and uncle that lived next door, so it was amazing growing up next to all of them and having, you know, all those memories with like Galito, that photo I just posted of him,
Yeah. And his
of
band.
pieces of his band. Oh my God, I can't even tell you, like, we used to crash. I wasn't even of age. You know, back in the 70s, you could be 18 was the drinking, legal drinking age. But I think I was like 16 or 15 or something crashing, you know, weddings and the Armory, trying to get in because everybody knew who Pieces was. When he said that they were like the band in Tampa, they were. I mean, if you said Pieces is playing here at the Armory, man, I mean, it would be packed. So it's I'm still trying to locate that GTO for Carlito though. He had it. He used to have a GTO, and I mean, so he's like, see if you can find a picture of that GTO because he doesn't have one. So,
Well, our third guest is in, so let's bring her in. But I want to get to Kim as well. And
Yes,
to be on Miss Kim, making it happen.
Miss Kim making it happen. I didn't live next door to Cynthia, but I am Cynthia's friend of 5 years, more like my sister. We've shared a lot of memorable moments, a lot of laughs, the three of us, a lot of experiences. We love everybody, and we're in it to win it.
Yes, and we're crazy three women together.
Hi,
We're
We're not going to
basically
tell those stories.
we're basically girls trip, okay? Like when we went to see that movie, we laughed so hard because we were like, "Oh my God, that's us." That was us.
I miss you.
Hello, hello there to three very special people in my life. Thank you, Michi, for putting this together. Thank you for all the passion and the love that you have for our family, for our product, for Casa Cuba in memory of my father, Don Carlos. You have become an extension of my family too. And I am very, very grateful for you. All of us are. And these two ladies that you've invited on our show today, on your show today, to me,
our
I
show.
mean, they are so special to me. Kim and Lisa. To say what I feel like, every Sunday is special. I mean, we have Meet the Professor. Today was an outstanding show with Nick and Nicholas Perdomo. And today, this Sunday, with Kim and Lisa. And it's true what Kim say. We were always in it to win it. And the memories can go on and on. But like the way our hearts feel, it's like overjoyed. And that we never, I don't, we spend so many incredible times and moments together. And during this year, unfortunately, in person, we haven't been together as often, but we're always in constant contact. So, we always remain together. But Kim does
We're
make it
all
happen. She has the perfect name, Kim making it happen. Between the two, they always have my back, man. They're always taking
That's
care of
right.
me no matter what.
That's right.
We're always
From the
ready to
6
rumble.
a.m. from the 6 a.m. flights asking, Lord, why did she let us do this? Why did she book? To the first class 30-minute flight that I drank, 3 bottles of champagne?
Yeah, I mean, seriously, we hadn't even sat in the seat yet, and she was through the door asking the lady for champagne. And
That's what it's all about.
Cynthia
You know,
almost got thrown off the plane because she would not get off her
She would get
phone
off
to
her
take off.
phone.
Remember that?
I do remember that. But
The,
you know what? When it
and her
talks about Sisters of the Leaf, this is a prime example right here. Sisters of the
yes,
Leaf. I mean, so because
we
of cigars, I mean, honestly, I've known Lisa since I was a very young girl. I mean, like she was saying earlier that she knew my
The
brother Ricky
beauty
and my
queen.
family. But Lisa and I go back so many years. But Kim, I met her through this cigars, through the leaf,
yes,
because she
yes,
used to help Angie Fox. Her and Angie did Ash Wednesday. I was telling Michi. And because of
yes.
this, I met you. And I am so grateful that I can't
So
even
am
imagine my
I.
life without you being in it. And because of
So am
this
I.
I met
You're like my long lost
Michi.
sister.
Yeah.
You're like my long lost sister, and you're right.
Thank you,
We did
darling.
meet through the Ash Wednesday. I
Yes,
still remember
yes.
that day like it was yesterday. The
It was at the
countless moments,
factory. It was at our
yes,
building.
the countless late nights, the birthday celebrations,
The
the
mini
gasparillas,
celebration.
the all of the events,
The ladies' gatherings.
Listen, these
everything.
ladies do a party. These ladies throw their own birthday party. Like, I can't even tell
I'm
you. Like it's like this thing that I don't even think anybody's had birthday parties the way these two. And then every time it's my birthday, they go, "So, girl, what do you want to do for your birthday?" I'm like, "Nothing." They have to they got to be like, "Come on, we got to go do something. It's your birthday." And I go, "No, not really. It's just another birthday, but okay." But okay, so I'll do like a dinner. But they
We celebrate
celebrate
the
their
whole month.
birthday. No, for the
Oh
rest of the
yes,
year. For the rest of the
yes.
year. There has been times. Cynthia's birthday is in October, and I think we stopped celebrating her birthday
Celebrated in
in
January.
January.
And Michi, I have to get everybody in because I everybody's like, okay, let's have dinner this night, let's have dinner that night, or what have you. And my daughter Christina, she was turning 30 and I was turning 60, and we both have October birthdays. So our calendar was so full in October, the only time that we could do it was November 23rd. We were already going into Thanksgiving, but we had to get it in before the end of the year. And
And
we wanted to share with the world. We had over 400 people.
Wow.
And I'm
yes, and
grateful for all those times.
that year you had, I think, 5 birthday
Oh,
celebrations. But you
oh,
remember the
oh,
year?
I was going into the
Was
next
it?
decade, girl.
Yes, you remember
The next decade.
the,
I haven't
the
gotten
next.
there yet, but
60.
I'm
But
Well,
close.
yours
I'm
is right here. Okay.
close.
Oh, guys, what are you drinking today? So I brought out
I'm.
famous
Oh, my
white wine.
favorite.
Ooh,
Remember the days of the beach? This is why I
yes.
brought this out. We used to drink rosé, but today I have white. I should have
That's
got
our
some.
We
beach.
had to
That's our
stop with the
beach drink.
rosé.
This
Oh
is
yeah.
the famous family,
Very
the
nice.
Wagner family, famous. So this is in honor of us ladies, because I know Michi, you like white too, and this has a hint of sweetness on it, darling. So this is in your honor.
I
We
need a
drink bottles of
Yes.
that
What are
on the
y'all
beach.
drinking?
I'm
I have a
doing beer
mojito.
today. I'm
Mojito
doing
and
beer
beer.
because
Yes.
it's a beautiful day. Stella,
It
I started
is.
out with a dark and stormy. Well, 2 of them actually.
Ooh, I know you love
So,
that.
yes, dark and stormy.
How about you, Michi?
I am having Don Cool coconut rum and pineapple juice.
Very
That is
nice.
good. I have to try that rum. I remember Cynthia Gonzalez had said about that.
This
Remember,
one is
she
a
was
coconut.
promoting it that day on the show. Cheers,
This is a
ladies.
coconut.
The
Cheers
sisters and
to you,
brothers of belief.
Mamacita Michi. Thank you for
Cheers,
having us
everybody.
All the
for
sisters and
me.
brothers of belief, especially the
And
girls.
hello, everyone. This is what
Yes.
we
Thank you for
do.
joining in.
Yes, this is what we do.
You know, you
We
forgot to
enjoy
mention.
cigars.
You
Go ahead,
forgot,
Lisa.
Cynthia. You forgot to mention about your 60 and your 30 birthday.
What
How you
about it?
Let's
entered.
back it up a
So
year.
yeah.
Let's
So
back it up.
when
Let's back
okay,
it up
so
a
we're
year,
all
boo.
in the room. We're all in this big ballroom, waiting for Cynthia, the birthday girl, and Christina, her daughter, the other birthday girl,
Hello, David
60/30.
Wayne.
And the doors open, and there's these chiseled model men, and they have these bars on their shoulders and these canopies, and inside the canopy is Cynthia and Christina coming through the floor. It was like a movie, okay? Like
Oh
Well,
my
people
goodness.
Lisa,
were
remember,
clapping. Everybody was so
Lisa,
excited.
remember,
I was just
Lisa,
excited
remember
about the
Cynthia,
guys walking them in. They were like, I
but
think she
Yeah,
had
Lisa,
the
you
four
you were
guys carrying
concentrating
them.
on those men. When Christina and I got there and we looked and we seen these beautiful 6 men, and they're gonna lift. Christina says, "Mother, are we really doing this?" I said, "Let's go, honey."
say
And we
yes.
We're
walked,
gonna
we
do
got
it.
in and they brought us in and we're waving. I felt like I was back in the cigar manufacturers parades or La Fiesta parade. We're waving to everybody. And Christina's like, "Mother,
Mamacita,
only you, darling, only you." I'm like,
Mamacita,
okay.
but you remember all that year you had said you wanted to be carried in, and we were like, oh, remember we were interviewing OJ and Hassan. They were supposed to do it.
That's right. I do remember that they were going to do it for us.
Yeah, they were supposed
Oh
to
my
carry you
God.
in. And you had spoken about it all year that you were going to carry it in. But
And I did.
let's back it up a year prior. My 51st birthday on a Tuesday night. I
Oh
was like,
Lord.
oh, I'm not going to do anything. And you was like, girl, no, you got to have a party. And I was like, okay, we're going to have a party on a Tuesday night.
And we did.
Oh
We
my
walked
God.
We
in
did. I don't
at
even think Kim
Davidoff of
remembers that
Geneva. I
party.
missed
I
that.
do
Oh,
remember it, Lisa.
You
The one
do?
I don't remember is the one where I ended up on the couch after day 5. That's the one I
Oh,
don't remember.
that was before us. Weren't you in Miami then?
No,
When
that
you
was with you
celebrated
guys.
Miami?
oh, that's right.
That
When we
was,
went to Miami that one time.
no, but Miami I hid from you guys because my eyelids
Yeah,
were stuck together.
you were
Remember
by the
that?
pool. Yeah,
Michi, do you believe this?
Yeah, you
Listen,
were by the
Michi, next
pool.
time.
I was like,
You-
"Where's Finn? She's passed out at the pool." And she had these
You know
dark
something?
glasses on because her eyes were like
Michi's
blue.
gonna join us in next time, and she's gonna be
Yes.
right in it to win it. Okay.
Next
She's gonna.
November. I mean, this is October, right? Cigars meets whiskey. Isn't it October?
Oh yes, yes. Oh yeah, by Cigar Aficionado. They used to do it in
Yes.
April, and now they're gonna do it in October.
COVID has stolen our lives.
Oh Lord, have mercy. That's why I thank God for this virtual things that we have one another,
Yes.
because
Yes,
COVID has
yes.
taken a lot away from us.
But
And
Mama
I'll tell
Cynthia, you remember that year? So I had the 51st, and then your birthday came up, and you were like, "Oh, Christina and BB wanted to take you out to dinner," and you was like, "Come on, let's hurry up. We need to eat. We need to eat."
And I couldn't. I wanted to hurry up and have a wonderful dinner with my daughters, so then I can go to Davidoff and party with all my friends. And then you all gave me a beautiful surprise party, right there in Fleming's.
And
She
you
set
walked
that,
in.
she set that
with all
food
this-
down like a vacuum cleaner. She was like, I have 5 minutes to eat. I have 5 minutes to eat.
Christina and Bianca were like, "Mother," and I'm like, "No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. We can have a casual dinner, good." And I'm just thinking about the next step after, even though I love having dinner with my girls. And little did I know, all you had a beautiful party for me at Fleming's with our sisters and brothers of the league.
Cynthia was
Yes,
like, I don't
and
need to order
family.
dinner. I'll just have this bowl of nuts here and get going.
She's like, "I gotta get to Dallas." But look, I can remember pre-COVID, Cynthia calling, "Girl, it's like 10 o'clock at night. Girl, what you doing?"
Oh,
Nothing. What are you doing? Nothing. I'll meet you in 30 minutes. I'll come by.
and you were there. I'm like, "I'm at Davidoff. You want to join me?" God,
I'm
and
there.
like, where did
Lisa.
those times go?
And then that
And then
time
leave.
that when we had that shutdown where you could not be out on the street after like 9 o'clock. So I go to Cynthia's house. I go, "Girl,
yeah.
I got to go early because I got the curfew."
This is the beginning, like March or April.
So, yeah, I said the curfew, if you're on the street. So it's like I go to her house at 3 o'clock. We start smoking, drinking, cooking food, whatever. I look at the time. I go, "Girl, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I missed
You
the
know
curfew.
she doesn't sleep.
I missed the curfew."
I don't know how the hours
So
go
she's
by when
like,
we're together.
She's like, "Girl, well, just," I said, "No, I'll just shoot home. I'll just hurry. I'll tell them that I was coming home from work because only people that were at work could go on the street." So I'm driving.
And we don't do that.
home. There's nobody on the street. It's like dead city. Nobody. All of a sudden, I see this unmarked cop car following me, and I'm getting all nervous and stuff. Followed me all the way to my house till I pulled into the driveway, and then it cut off. I was like, "Okay, listen, we can't break curfew anymore." So next day, I go over to Cynthia's. I go, "Girl, remember 9 o'clock?" Hell, we never even went by that 9 o'clock every time. And then I got a zinger on my phone that said, "Remember, you have to be." Remember that
They marked where you were
curfew.
at. They knew you were here.
Through my phone, they're like, "Remember curfew, 9 o'clock." I was like, "Girl, they know I'm here at Casa Fuente."
Ladies, I have
Wild.
another special guest in the studio that wants to
Oh
say.
no! Wait a minute. Tell me it's my brother, please.
Oh, Jose says to give him a minute.
Okay.
I hope it's
But
my
Lisa,
brother.
Lisa,
Me
you
too.
fall for it all the time because Cynthia does not have a time clock.
No, that's true.
Well, I've heard that from other people before.
That's true.
I don't have
You don't have a
any
clock.
That's true.
conception
You don't have
of
a clock.
time. They're like,
That's true.
it's
Our guest is coming
daylight
in.
saving time. Oh, okay.
I've actually left her at
We're
places.
missing an hour.
Our guest is coming in.
Okay, all right. Oh my God.
Papa.
Okay. Alito Fuente.
Oh,
Oh, hello, my brother.
Carlito.
How are you doing
Hey,
today,
Lisa.
Papa?
How's it going?
How are you?
Hey, listen.
How
Good, good. Waiting for more photos from the band. Pieces.
I'm trying to
That
track
was
them all down
phenomenal.
for you. That was
Yeah,
phenomenal.
that was. That
You
was.
look
You know
good
what?
too.
Alito, you're relaxing on the couch. And Michi, he looks like Art Nickel.
Oh, he's getting a
I'm getting-
pedicure.
I'm
Where
getting
are
a
you getting a
pedicure.
pedicure?
He's getting a pedicure.
I love it, man. That's fantastic.
Carlito,
You know what? When they say we're in it to win it,
That's the
there's
best way
another
to say
in
it
it
example.
to win it.
Sunday.
You know what? It's that time of year. But I knew that you ladies were going to be on and everything, and I kind of had that in the back of my mind. So I said, no matter where I'm at and everything, there's no studio. I got to pop in.
We
God,
appreciate
brother,
that.
man, we
Thank you.
appreciate it. That's
Thank you.
fantastic.
Oh
Hey,
my
love
God,
you
Thank
all.
you.
that's
Love you very much.
Listen, you need to, you need to have that relaxation time a little bit. Everybody does.
You know what? The
yeah.
only thing,
Carlito,
the
I'm
only
gonna
thing is
tell all
not
your
so relaxing. It
stories.
hurts. It hurts like hell, man.
Oh,
You know what? When
It
I
sure
seen that
feels
picture that
good.
Lisa posted yesterday and I zoomed in, I'm like, look at my brother. You're beautiful today and you were so
Oh my God,
beautiful.
no,
I
no,
mean,
no,
young,
no,
your
no,
hair, Calito, I mean, was long and you're
no.
playing
The
that
only I didn't
organ.
notice anything. The only thing I saw was my shoulders, how level and straight they were, and my neck, my face was not in falling in front of my chest. It was standing straight up. I was vertical back
Carlito,
then.
No
Carlito, you got to
substitute
start
for youth,
using
like I say.
serums. You got to start using serums. Keep it
well,
tight.
Listen,
Oh,
listen,
trust me,
honey.
he uses everything.
I use every freaking thing. Listen, I spend so much money and try to stay alive. It's unbelievable, but it's
I
all good.
love it. I love
no,
it. I
Carlito,
love it.
Carlito uses products because I remember it's 7:30 in the morning. I'm walking out of my hotel room in the lobby, and there's a spa there, and I see Carlito coming out. Man, he had a big old bag. I go, Carlito, what is that? He goes, oh, some lotions and hair products. And man, he had the whole thing going in Vegas.
Yeah.
Man, man, I missed those days.
You
But
gotta keep that look.
I'm gonna I'm gonna have to disclose a few stories from back in the day, Carlito.
Well,
I'll
I'll
be
give you
I'll
permission
be
to disclose them, but
I'll be
Oh,
but
they're all
honest.
tell
good.
but you know what? I'm still trying to see if anybody has a photo of the 1969 GTO. That car,
Oh,
that
wow.
car. Imagine 400 and something horsepower. 15 years old.
Galito, you
But
never took a picture of that?
I
You
don't
never
think
got
so.
a picture?
I didn't have a phone back then.
I
I
guess
didn't even
not.
have a camera.
I
No,
guess
we
That
didn't.
was
Yeah, we didn't
But
even have cameras.
well,
no,
Mama must have because we have a picture of your Porsche and of my Grand Prix and the GTO. But I don't know why we missed that. I don't know how we didn't get that one.
The GTO. We
No, I
don't
mean
have
no,
somebody
the
for
Porsche and the Grand Prix and the
and the
280Z
Jaguar and the
and the
Jaguar.
Fiat.
Oh my Lord.
Seriously,
Remember
my
that?
father, he set us up with some nice cars. He believed it. He never believed in buying a used car. That was not his motto. And I mean, even if he worked hard, but he always bought brand new cars. He said buying a used car is buying problems.
And remember that spider
I
Ricky
agree.
had?
Don't remarry. You're gonna buy problems.
Right.
No,
Don't
no,
remarry.
You
seriously,
remember
you
that
know what?
spider that Ricky had? That
Yeah,
that
yeah,
Yes.
blue,
yeah,
that light baby blue. Man, we
yeah.
used
The
to
MG
take that
Spider.
thing. We used to take that car to Kmart, and we built a ramp, and we
I
would
know
use
the
that car to
stories.
jump that ramp, right? So we're
I know the
jumping it.
stories.
You see the flames, the sparks.
Oh my
One day
goodness.
we're in the pool. Carlos comes in. He goes, Ricky, Ricky. I'm like, oh, Ricky's in trouble again. He's like, I took your car to the dealership and the guy put it on the lift and he says, you've been jumping the car. And Ricky's like, no, I haven't been jumping the car. He's like, don't lie. Man, I got out of the pool and I just like went home. I was like, oh, Ricky's going to be in trouble right now. But that whole car on the bottom was like crushed. So they fixed
Hello,
it.
April.
I go,
Hi,
Ricky,
darling.
Hi,
if you
Lisa,
get in
April.
trouble,
Lisa,
no
Lisa.
worries. That
I
was a
was
great
with
Lisa.
car.
I was with my father that day. The dealership
Yes.
called my father to come because they knew my
Hello,
father.
Margarita.
Back then
Yay,
was the
Martha.
it was the Cadillac dealership, and we were in the
Yeah.
factory, and I went with my father, and they put it up. You know how they raised it underneath, and that thing was all scratched and scarred all over. And he said, "Mr. Fuente, this car is not a factory problem. This car,
Oh,
they've been jumping and ramping like a rodeo or something,
Oh
you
my
know."
God.
And I remember because I was
Richie,
the
I
older
heard these
brother.
stories.
I was so upset with my brother, thinking that that he would do something like this. So my father trusted him, at the age of 16 with this race car, you know.
Oh
But
yeah,
then I was 15 with a 1969 GTO. So, you know, we
yeah.
can't. We were spoiled kids
Those days were
growing up.
different than today. Those days were
All I
very
Yes,
know,
different.
definitely. You
all I know
remember,
is I kept
Mamacita, when
telling
we
Ricky,
went
"Don't
to,
tell him I was with you. Don't tell your parents I was with you in the car. Don't tell your parents I was with you in the car." He's like, "Don't worry about it. It'll be fine." As soon as he got it back, we started doing it again. I mean, seriously, we're kids with, like Carlito said, kids with a race car.
You
yes,
know what?
a lot of
It
good
it
memories.
but it's unfair because we were kids. I didn't let my kids be kids, you know, because I
That's what I'm
always
saying. But nowadays it's different. It's just
It is.
different.
Now
We're
people
lucky
Yes,
to have
don't
lived in
have
the
you
world
for
that we
anything.
did.
You could just be
yes.
sitting outside in front of your porch smoking a cigar. Someone's gonna call the cops on you. So it's like you can't even enjoy yourself.
well the
I
thing
bought I
is
bought
you
my son a little Toyota race car when he turned 16, and the first thing I told him is, "Don't be jumping that car."
Because you already knew.
well
You already knew.
did you tell them the stories how we used to keep Pop up, keep Mr. Quest up, Pop your uncle
Oh,
up, all that
your
stuff?
uncle and
Oh,
aunt. Hello,
listen,
Jay.
Hi, Jay.
Hey,
you used
Jay.
to
Hey,
drive.
Um,
Jay.
You
Hey
definitely
Jay, what's up,
drove
brother?
Pop insane.
um,
Pop used to go, Sil, go tell that Fuente kid to stop that noise out there. I'm trying to watch the game. And my aunt's like, "Pop, what do you want me to tell them? They're practicing." He's like, "It's so loud." Because remember, it was on the driveway in
No,
the
no, it
back
was
near the little
it was
house, right?
it was a little house, but the house was bumping
Yeah, the
off the
little,
foundation because we cranked it up as loud as it could get.
the whole block, the whole neighborhood
Mamacita,
heard that.
yes, yes, Kim.
Mamacita, you remember our plans that we were going to turn up and have a great time in the Dominican?
And we
Oh,
did.
Lord.
And
And
we
we had a
did.
beautiful trip.
It ended up being a cleansing and a rebirth. And if
Everything.
anyone, when you talk about the,
Anita, when she visited the DR.
Yeah,
the
I just
family,
I just saw photos recently of it. Somebody posted it, like memories. And Jude was
I mean,
here, and Paul were here that
Jude,
day.
Paul
Yes,
just
yes,
celebrated a birthday.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
That's
It
what
was
it was. It was his birthday.
It's such a beautiful experience. And I know the fans, the people that are watching, our family, and new people that are watching, it's if you want to contribute and make a difference in a child's life, what the Fuente family and the Newman family does, get involved because these children, they need us. What we complain about, what we don't have, and keep cars, and we get to pick whatever cigars, the little things that we complain about are big things to them. And I got to witness that firsthand. And I can't say thank you enough for Cynthia and Carlito for allowing me to come to Disney World. I went there on the premise that we were going to drink and have a good time and smoke everything. Every night we were in Mamacita, 10 o'clock, drinking cleansing water,
Coconut water
coconut water,
from our house, fresh.
and then meeting at the table in the kitchen and then, okay, you
Dad
have
and
5
mom's
minutes in the
house.
shower, I have 5 minutes in the shower, and then we're going to meet in the brown
Before
room
the water turns cold.
before the water
5 minutes.
turns to
I can't even believe
five,
y'all took 5 minute showers.
5 minutes. We had 5 minute
Yeah, yeah.
showers.
But Kim, I'm so happy that you brought this up. And since you've been right there to the foundation, you can talk
Yes,
about it. And to Chato de la Fuente and to Grito a
yes.
Calito when we took the pictures up there. Tell us your experience and what you felt there to be able
The
to express for everybody to be able to live it with us for a moment. God, I wish we had a
first,
couple pictures we could put in the background.
yes, first, the pictures don't do it justice. To actually see it in person and see the hard work and the dedication that the process goes through from the making of the box, you will have a different appreciation. people we have the concept, we only see the end product. It's a cigar. But there's a lot of work that the Fuente family puts in into bringing those beautiful boxes to us and to bringing making the cigars, and everything is hand rolled. And we're not going to even talk about when I visited the Hemingway house. Cynthia was off somewhere. I was underneath the hut, and it's just a beautiful place, and it makes you go back to the days when you were a child and you were free, and because I even ran down the hill barefoot. Remember that,
I
Mamacita?
do. I
Wow.
do.
It's such a
Galito, from the
beautiful
top,
place.
she ran all the way down. She took off her shoes and she felt so free. And you know that little bridge right by the original casino, Galito? We
Yes, of
were
course.
rocking on that little bridge. And it was like,
Yes.
and it brought back all the memories too. And the kids were little, and I take my nieces and everybody. We'd eat the fresh eggs. I made you eat the fresh eggs from the farm, the sugar
That's
Wow.
right.
cane. I mean, they
Remember we had
brought
an
everything
ostrich
out.
egg? We had an ostrich egg. It weighed about 15 pounds.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yes,
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 yes, of
from
course.
our farm. The fresh
But
honey. I wanted her to experience everything that that beautiful farm has to offer.
and
It,
it
it
was
was,
such
it's,
an experience. And then going to the school, oh my goodness, the one little girl, remember Cynthia, she had the little pink dot on her
I
forehead,
sure do,
and
honey.
she followed me all around, and all I want is a chance that we get, and I we get afford to our children that Cynthia and her brother Carlito, her family have afforded these children to have a life, to go to school. So if you can give $5, $10, something to make a difference, I mean, it just warms my heart. I cannot wait to go back there because I swear I had all of those children. They all look like me.
Same,
Well,
a
you know,
beautiful color like
For
you, my
Kim,
our,
friend.
for our
Kim,
viewers, look at the ribbon below. This is the link where you can go and check out their website and donate. $5 goes a long way.
A
A
long
And
way.
long
especially in the
way.
Dominican Republic, $5 goes a very long way.
Yes,
But
Kim,
$5 got us. I'm
we can't
sorry.
wait to have you back, Kim. We want to have you back. There's
And
so
Lisa,
many beautiful memories,
and meet you.
and not only you, but everyone want to share
Yes.
this world with everyone. It's beautiful. It really
It is
is.
a
And
beautiful
and
place.
and you were here well over a year ago. If you see it
Yes.
now, it
Yes,
continues to blossom, develop, and change. And we're not going to stop. We're keep on moving forward. We finished since you were here the technical school where we're teaching
yes,
nursing
yes,
and the help, nursing to help and anything in health wise. And now we're in November. We're going to inaugurate the Academy of Arts where we're
Oh
Wow.
going
wow.
to the children are going to be learning
the plaza.
journalism. It'll
Mm.
be a professional musical school, sponsored by Turo Sandoval. We have a
Arturo
recording
Sanavad,
studio.
yes.
It's going to be
Isn't that
incredible.
beautiful?
Yeah, it's going to take it to the next level.
Which,
It
wow.
really is
the one
amazing.
thing that I want, I'm sorry,
It,
one thing that people need to understand, if
Oh,
it wouldn't
Margarita,
be
we'd love to have you.
what your family does for these children, they wouldn't have that opportunity. They would not have that opportunity. So it was so heartfelt. I'm throwing Tic Tacs away, and these kids are like, "Oh, give me one." And it's such a beautiful experience that the Fuente family has afforded all of these children to get an education, to have a future, to, I mean, there's no other place like it. I mean, Disney World, they say it's the Disney World of cigars. Disney World does not compare to the love that your family gives to these children.
no,
There's no
Thank you,
comparison.
Kim. Thank you.
I wholeheartedly agree. There's no place in the world like it, but it wouldn't be possible without all the
Yes, Mama.
love of so many wonderful people who love cigars.
Each and every
That's
one of
why
you out there.
that's why it's called Cigar Family. It's not the Fuente family. It's not the human family. It's
That's
it's the
right.
accumulation of all the love, the energy, the synergy, which is which pours into the foundation day in and
Yes.
day out. There's so many people that come and volunteer. There's so many people that donate. So many people just send well wishes, that communicate with the children of the foundation, the students. I mean, it's accumulation of so many things. If not, it wouldn't be possible. This is something bigger than all of us. I think this is the work
Yes.
of God,
If
and
I may, it is.
we're just instruments of the plan, to get this work
Amen.
done. But it's
I want
really
Amen.
to
Yes.
beautiful, really special.
a cheers to
Amen.
the human and Fuente family for this
Oh,
organization.
for our wonderful Cigar Family Charitable
Cheers.
Foundation. And thank you to each and every
Cheers.
one of you that are a part of it.
Yes,
And
I
the
want to.
children
I'm gonna
know.
I'm gonna take a little break, and now I'm gonna work on my hands. And I'm
Okay.
afraid that I might
Okay.
lose a little finger, and I gotta make cigars. So
Okay,
I
you need it. You need that
listen.
finger to hold your cigar,
Well,
brother.
wait. I could limp, but I need my fingers.
You need your
So
hair.
Yeah,
I'll be
you
back
only
We
need
love
soon.
the
I'll
you.
be back
nose.
in a
Okay.
short time.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for your
brother.
patience.
Okay,
We love
please.
you.
Love to
Okay.
all. Love you all.
Yes.
I want to take
Amici,
this
I'm
little
sorry.
moment. I'm sorry. I just want to take
Eh,
this little moment to give a shout out to our viewers. We
um,
have Vilma. We have Alex and Jackie from Miami watching. We have Debbie
hello there. Oh, I
Johnson.
love them. I love
We
everybody.
we have Joseph, April,
Margarita Suarez, I seen that she joined
Margarita
in as
Suarez.
well.
Yes,
Beautiful.
yes.
Thank
Thank
you.
you all for tuning in
Mm.
to this very special edition. So I just want to take a
Oh
brief
my
moment.
God, Amy. Oh my
Amy from the
word, Amy.
union.
Yes. What a beautiful surprise. Oh, that's
Yes.
fantastic. If I may take a moment, Michi,
Yes,
I'd like to say thank you for all the viewers out there. If I may, with your permission, I should have touched base with you
okay.
earlier on this, and I apologize. But nevertheless, since Kim had brought up the Cigar Family Charitable Foundation, I had the honor and the privilege to be on Smoking Tobacco a couple Wednesdays ago,
Yeah.
and John and Matthew and Nicole do a fantastic job. And they have a merchandise store, so
Yes.
all of their gear, they are donating every penny to their foundation from here to the end of April.
Oh,
April
wow.
30th. So we will put the link up there, or if you go on social media, it's on there. Smoking Tobacco. Thank you so much, Nicole, Matthew, and John, to have the love for the children as well. Matthew had expressed it was something they wanted to do. So if you go on there and buy a hat, I hear they have so many great stuff that I'm going to visit soon. That we really want to thank you, appreciate it. And then
Check
also,
out
of
the
course, we have the
ladies.
ArturoFuente.com with all our
Yes.
merchandise stuff that's a lot of fun as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we appreciate it. There's so many people that's passionate and they want to get back. So each and every way, you know, we really are grateful for everybody that
Yes,
wants to be a part of our wonderful foundation. So
yes,
thank you.
Love you too, Amy.
yes.
Mm.
Michelle and Amy.
That was so good to see Amy. Wow.
Yes. She's here.
So where are you at? Cigars
I'm
International?
Cigars International.
Very
Oh, I love
good.
Yes.
the place. Oh, it was so nice there. I like that little fireplace, that long fireplace they have up front with all the
Uh-huh.
chairs and the. I love that
It's a
place.
little too hot to have the fireplace on right now,
But
But
it's
it's
a
nice.
nice
but
place. Yeah. I
it's
hear it's
very nice.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's very
Oh,
nice.
good. Very
I
good.
like to visit all of the cigar bars. I when like the motto we live by is we're in it to win it.
That's
So we
right.
share, pre-COVID, we shared love. We visited
All
all
of
of the
them.
cigar bars. We gave everyone some love, and they showed us love back. And it's just I just as I sit here and reflect on all the memories, all the the people's lives that I can remember during the holidays. We were spreading Christmas cheer. Remember that?
Oh gosh.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
All the smiles, all
Absolutely.
the people that shared with us. If it wouldn't have been for you guys or Cynthia, I wouldn't have had a Christmas. I wouldn't have gotten a Christmas. And that's what it's about. The cigars, it's not just about smoking. Cigars bring people together. It makes a
Yes.
difference in a person's life. You find that common denominator. And changed. Cigars changed the lives of so many people. Me in particular. I found two, my sisters, Cynthia and Lisa. I can share some stories. The late night sitting in the courtyard when people wanted to call the police on us. Remember that, Lisa? Because we were too loud.
But it's the
Yeah.
cigars that bring so many people
Or
together.
sitting,
It's just a
sitting,
beautiful thing.
or sitting in
Michi,
your
there's
courtyard in my underwear.
in your honor.
Oh,
Woo!
we didn't. I wasn't going to say that.
Look at that ash.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Is everybody smoking a Casa Cuba today?
yes,
I'm-
yes.
I
yes.
ran out because I smoked all mine. I'm
No way.
sorry.
You ran out of Casa Cuba. I'm shocked. Why didn't you bring out
Chiquita.
that original one my father gave you way back?
Because I'm gonna smoke that one on my big 6-0.
Oh, that's right. Okay, okay. And happy early birthday too, by the way, my
Happy
friend.
early
Thank
birthday.
you.
We're going to do
Thank
something,
you.
Lisa.
This week is your
You know-
birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Just so
You're welcome.
everyone
Okay, so you're gonna smoke it.
knows.
I can't believe you don't have any more Casa Cuba.
Oh
I
my
You should have
goodness.
gone to Eric and got some.
I know, but I'm smoking the 100th anniversary.
That's
Okay, all right. That's good too. That's
That's
good.
good.
You're
That's
all
good.
good. You're all good.
And,
I have,
after this, I'm gonna smoke an 888 Añejo.
I
nice.
got a
I think I might
Opus X
too.
blue because I have
Let me
on
see.
blue.
Yes, and we always love to match.
We
Yeah.
always love to match.
Well, I'm
And then I'm
matching
going to
because I have
finish my
orange
night.
on. Oh,
I'm going to
wow,
finish in
girl.
blue. I'm gonna finish
Very
tonight with an Opus X 888.
Oh,
Um,
my.
I would thought about smoking an Angel Share because that's
Yes.
one of well, all of them are my favorite.
Right?
Of course.
I mean, everyone
It's
has a special meaning to it.
Yes.
Right.
But that one has the same meaning that it has for you, Cynthia. I've taken that on for my grandmother, who I
Right.
lost in October, because she was
I'm
truly
very
an
sorry for
angel.
that.
And,
And the angel
you know,
share just still brings comfort and peace. Like, especially when you're
Yeah.
thinking of your loved ones and you bring a cigar, because cigars are about, each cigar tells a story. Every cigar tells a story. And when you're missing your loved ones and you smoke an angel share, for me, it brings me comfort and peace. And it's wonderful. I
Yes.
agree.
It's
Yeah.
a
glad you
wonderful
feel the same.
experience.
That's why I
You
had
know-
shared that story with the Casa Cuba, smoking that. For me, it's not just the fact that it's a great, one of the best cigars, okay? But the fact that, like I said, I got to smoke those with your dad, who's
Yes.
like my father too. You know, Don Carlos, that before they even came out, while he was working on it, it didn't even have a label on it, and I kept thinking to myself, my God, the people are going to go crazy when this cigar gets put out on the market. It was just so.
Yeah.
That's why it's so much special to me as well.
You know, when you think
I miss
about it,
those
we were
days with
part
him.
of the creating, because every time that my father was putting a different blend, like adding this kind of tobacco, we were tasting them all along. So we were part of the
Yes.
blending and part of the creation of the Casa Cuba. And then to see the love that Michi has taken on from her
Yes.
heart. This came
Thank
from
you.
her to do this. How much that she loves Casa Cuba, like Angela, you, like Arlene. There's so many people out there, but
Yes.
that she wanted to even do a podcast and a show to be able to share her love. It's admirable, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I
And I
wanted
love all
Michi.
your Calitos back there. You have like everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The last show, Carlito was like, "Do I take them out to go pee?"
Oh my gosh! Right?
So
Yeah.
Lisa,
Michi,
I know you're the Ybor City Festival lady. Tell us a little bit about that, sweetheart. 'Cause
Well-
that everybody has been asking. Is Lisa, that's the Ybor City lady? I'm like, yes.
well,
Give it to us, girl.
So I'll give you a little bit of background on the Cigar Heritage Festival. Actually, the Cigar Heritage Festival has been going on since 1996. It was first put out there by Jack Harris. I'm sure a lot of hometown people know who Jack Harris is. He's a very popular radio host show here in Tampa for a very long time still. So he started it first. And then the Ybor Museum Society took it over as their annual fundraiser. But then they opened up the baseball museum, so they were having issues trying to get volunteers to help with the. It outgrew them. So they came to me and they said, "Listen, we can't do this anymore. We're not going to do it." So I said, "Well, I'll take it on," and I'll never forget. I was sitting with Cynthia and Eric Newman in their suite at the Tampa Stadium. We're watching the Bucks game. And Eric comes over and he sits down next to me and he goes, "I hear you're going to be doing the Cigar Heritage Festival." And I said, "Yes, I've taken it over and, I'm going to make it even better." And he's like, "You cannot ever let that festival go away. This needs to be in our backyard year after year." And he made me make him a promise. Remember, Cynthia, when we were, it was like you, and he goes, "And it has to always be at Centennial Park in Ybor City," because that's where, basically the Fuente factory and the Newman factory, it's in Ybor City. So I said, "You have my word. I will never change it." So unfortunately, in 2020, we were not going to be able, we could not do the Cigar Heritage Festival because of the pandemic. And the city just is not at this point giving permits for large events. I mean, you probably heard the St. Patty's Day parade was canceled. The Gasparilla, which Gasparilla parade is one of the largest parades in the United States. I think it's the third largest parade. And they even had to cancel that altogether. So I had moved it to March. And then the city said, "Yeah, no, we're still not, ready to issue the permits yet." So I said, "We can't have this festival in the summer. I mean, nobody wants to sit, I guarantee you, in Tampa in the summertime in a park. The humidity will just kill people." So we decided just to push it back to its regular date in December. We're waiting now for the Bucks, Tampa Bay Buccaneers schedule to drop sometime in April or May to either have the festival on the first Sunday or the second Sunday of December, because we don't want to have the festival during a home game, especially now that we're the Super Bowl champs, baby, and we got Tom Brady.
Yes, we are.
So, and Tom Brady's back on. He says he's going to bring back another Super Bowl for us, and I believe him. So
I do too.
We're going to do the festival in December. By that time, this whole, virus thing should be gone. We're hoping maybe by the summer it'll actually be gone. But I think by December, we're all good. We are still selling. We have a few VIP tickets left because we actually sold out. But what happened is that there was a couple people that planned to come in December, and then we had to switch it to March, and now we switched it back to December of 2021. So a few people couldn't make it, so we refunded their tickets, and then we put those tickets up. So we just have like a handful. We're going to be doing the VIP area a little bit different this year. We're going to actually make it larger. Ooh. So instead of having the private tents in the back of the big tent, we're just going to make that whole area a VIP area. So more people can experience the VIP, because we used to just have like 100 people, and we just got so many people that were like, "Look, we want to get in the VIP area. It comes with 4 cigars, and we usually throw out an extra cigar or 2 in there." But it comes with a pack of cigars, Fuente Newman, of course, and some other people are donating. We're working on that now. Comes with a full bar, food from one of the best Spanish restaurants here.
Yes, Agaya de Oro.
Yeah, I have to give a shout out to them.
I love them.
Last year, they made some yellow rice and chicken that was off the chain.
Lisa, touch base really quick about all the people that it brings in from all over Europe.
Sure.
And all the
over the world.
So we actually have actually have a new sponsor this year that's coming from, I believe, Finland, believe it or not. So they have come up with, and it's super secret, but they have come. They want to launch it at the Cigar Heritage Festival, but it's some type of humidor that I think no one has ever seen before. I don't know too much about it. They won't even really give me the information. They just said that it's going to revolutionize humidors. It's going to be the humidors of all humidors. So we're so excited to have this company from Finland that's coming in to the United States to do this. And then, of course, we have all of our other sponsors on there. And you go to cigarheritagefestival.com and check them all out. Pretty much all the cigar lounges in the Tampa Bay area sponsor the event. And I just, there's so many of them to name all of them, but I just want to thank them because these guys come out year after year and they pay a substantial amount to sponsor the event. And if it wasn't for them,
That's right.
we couldn't have it. If it wasn't for people like the Fuentes and the Newmans, that also make, they're our presenting sponsor. And they make, a lot of people don't realize when you put on an event for 15,000 people, it costs about $50,000. So, because you got to close down the streets, you got to get the liquor permit. I mean, it's a big thing. It takes me a year to put
You start planning
on.
as soon as one finishes. You start planning for the next.
Yeah, I mean, seriously,
a lot.
The festival's on a Sunday and Monday. I'm on that computer working because I got sponsors and vendors, email me going, hey, I want my space, the same space. We have 2 this year. We're going to have 2 cigar mobile lounges, Lips and Sticks, which is run by ladies.
That's going to be fantastic.
Yes, Lips, Sticks, and Tips because the nails. But they are wonderful women, and they have a mobile cigar lounge like you cannot believe. So I got hooked up with them through James Lee from Cigar Porn. And I mean, this mobile cigar lounge seriously, I want that sitting in my backyard. Okay. And we have a new
That would be easy for us. That would make it easier.
Oh my
we
God.
need to travel in that thing.
Yes. And we have another cigar mobile lounge that's coming in this year. That's new to the festival. And then just the foods, we have all the different, Cuban, we have a lot of Cuban
everything
foods, everything you can imagine.
Like you say, that Kim said, the whole weekend, it's festivals. Yes. And then you have the different events and different smoke shops in the area.
We usually do like a Friday, maybe Saturday event at Davidoff because a lot of people that come down love to go to Davidoff. I mean, it's just the place to be. Also, the Grand Cathedral now this year.
That's
we have another cigar lounge. We have so many cigar lounges, but I tell every single person that comes in for the festival to visit all of our cigar lounges. La Farona, my God, La Farona.
Yes, Odelma.
Odelma
in Ybor City.
Odelma.
Alito loves Odelma.
Just an FYI for those who may not know who Odelma is. Odelma is one of, I believe, 2 master cigar roller women in the United States from Cuba. She learned from her father at 16 years old. She started rolling cigars.
She's a star.
And I'm so proud of her because she opened up in a small little place. I mean, remember, you have like 3 people that can sit in the back.
City.
And she right next to it. And she now moved out of that space into a larger space.
Actually,
no, the entire cigar lounge.
She still has 2. She has
both. Okay.
Yes.
But this woman is phenomenal. She made a cigar for me, and she put the Playboy bunny on the cigar with the different leaves. I mean,
that's nice.
She is unbelievable. The things
there's a lot to do in Tampa. When people visit Tampa, I mean, talking about the Newman's factory, that people can go for a tour of J.C. Newman, 125 years that they're celebrating. That's wonderful. There's so much to do when they visit Tampa.
There's so much.
I always see people go by our factory, like the warehouse, and take a picture of the Arturo Fuente sign on top, or they're standing in front. of the Arturo Fuente and take pictures, or by the street sign of my father,
Oh
Carlos
yeah.
Fuente Way. I mean, there's so much. Tampa, thank God,
Yes.
because going all the way
Tampa.
back to we were kids in Ybor City, it's growing.
And the
Every
and the
It's
thing and the thing
historical.
about and the thing about the Cigar Heritage Festival is that we have some of the most rare cigars, Fuente cigars, just an FYI, out there. I have to just tell you this brief story. So my cousin is Eric, who owns Vincent in
Yes.
Tampa, Eric Figueredo.
Another fabulous
So
smoke shop in Tampa.
fabulous.
We
He's like,
appreciate him.
he's married into my family, but I tell everybody he's my favorite cousin of all. Seriously, he's wonderful. But
He
he
is.
always saves a lot of the rare cigars that he gets, and then he sells them. So he
So
had
he
the
can,
man.
yeah.
So he had the man, but he was putting 2 cigars limit. You could only buy 2 cigars at one time. That's it. But because people wanted to buy the boxes, and he's like, no. To be fair, we're only going to sell 2.
That would be neat.
So I look over and I see like this ruckus going on, and so I go over there. I go, Eric, what's the matter? He goes, oh my God, these guys started fighting over the cigars because some guy grabbed a handful, and then another one was like, you're only supposed to have 2, and they almost started fighting. I was like, guys, come on, man. I mean, seriously, that's how much people. But Fusion Lounge, D. Oh my God.
Oh
I
my
can't
God,
even-
D.
There's so many
We love
places.
D.
And we actually
There's
have
so many
cigar
places.
There's so many
Yes.
places, so
Oh,
many
we have
lounges, so many places. Tampa
so many.
just full of. I mean, you have
Unbelievable.
So wonderful cigar
Davidoff.
lounges in the area.
You
They all
have
support
so
you.
many. Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
they all support the Cigar
Nietzsche
Heritage Festival.
love.
It's a wonderful,
But
it's a wonderful event.
Good to know.
Actually,
But
the
let me
police
just-
officers fight over who's going to be at our festival.
Working.
We have to have police officers, and they all want to work the Cigar Heritage Festival because everybody loves the guys in blue, man. They're awesome, and they come in and people give them cigars, and they give them. The only thing they can't do is drink. But I've had a few little liquor drinks with them in the back of the squad
I'm
car.
smoking
so it's
almost
okay.
through my
No.
band. Like,
I
hello.
see that.
Hello.
I had
No,
a kick
but-
on my
we-
band.
Mamacita,
Lisa,
I know you
Lisa.
always smoke them to the end.
Yes,
You
Galito.
brought- you brought back so many memories of. I would never forget. I think it was already because time flies, and we forget where we lost a year and a half with COVID. I mean, because we've lost we lost a lot of beautiful memories that we were not able to enjoy together. But I never
Yes.
forget about 3 years ago when I got to the event. I remember driving around 7th Avenue, Ybor City, trying to find a parking space, and it was impossible. And tears while I was driving ran down my eyes
Wow.
because for the first time I thought to myself, Ybor City is back. And
Yes.
thanks to the festival and thanks to all your work. I remember that year also. So if people don't know who Lisa is, I remember that year that you outgrew Centennial Park. I know you made a commitment to keep it in the birthplace, keep it where it all started.
Correct.
I remember
Yes.
you got a message from the local commissioners and everything and said, no, next year you're going to move it to downtown because there was a big interest by the government building the downtown area. And you said,
Right.
no way.
I s-
I have some people go see the mayor. We'll see where this goes.
Oh
And,
yeah, I called. Oh yeah, I called. Well, at the time, it was the mayor there, and he loves cigars, and I actually sat down in a meeting with him, and he says, you really need to think about moving this over to Curtis Hickson, and I said, no, I'm not moving this to Curtis Hickson. We're doing it in Ybor. And he's like, I said, okay, Bobby, here's the thing. I said, why don't you call Carlito personally and
Or
let
Eric
him
or
know-
Bobby. Yeah.
and let him know that you want to move the festival. He goes, that's okay. You can have it in Centennial Park. We'll just close down more streets for you. I was like, okay, thank you.
No,
So,
it's
yeah.
unbelievable. You mentioned Eric of Vincent Cigars and all the people that come,
Oh.
and they all say their rarest cigars. And there's several people that do this that come to
Yes.
offer it. It is we have so much fun. We dance, we drink, we laugh, we take photos. It
Yes.
really is. It's almost like a homecoming get together. it's a special. There's no special feeling like that. It is for me, especially because that's my hometown and where I was born.
Hometown. We love Ybor
And
City.
it's, oh man, there's nothing like it. The food,
Yeah.
and the music, the vibes there. It's outdoors and it's just beautiful. So many beautiful people come from all over the country.
The news people, the news
and I
people
know that
say you can see the smoke from Ybor all the way to St. Pete.
I remember my first experience at the Heritage Festival, Cigar Heritage Festival, and it brings so many people from around the world. But it's Tampa. We're unique. We're very blessed. We're very fortunate. We don't have all the strict restrictions when it comes to cigars like other places. But if
Absolutely.
you have an opportunity to go to any of the Fuente events, wherever you are in the world, know that that event is there to support a cause that is going to something. It's not just it's going to the children. Um, and
And also we sponsor the Southeastern Guide Dogs,
Right.
which
yes,
Bobby
yes,
and Eric are
absolutely.
part of, for Paws for Patriots. And they actually give the seen eye dogs or whatever PTSD dogs, they give those dogs free to veterans.
Wow.
Correct.
yes,
Okay, those dogs cost about $60,000 just to train. About $60,000 to train one dog. And I mean, to see these people who have put their life on the line for us so we can be free and smoke cigars and say whatever we want and do and believe in the things we want to believe, that they put themselves on the line for that, to have them at that festival and to see them
Very,
with
very
those
special.
dogs, it's just, it's heartwarming. I remember when we had I think it was Lieutenant. Remember, we did an event at Eric's for him, and
Yes, we did.
they call him the Marine, the Marine soldier, and he got hit by a one of those EDUs. He was in one of the trucks, and he lost some of his fingers. He lost his eyesight. He lost both eyes, and I mean, this guy has been through so much, and
It was an honor to meet him. I remember.
It was an honor to meet him, and he
good
when
friend
he
of
came
Bobby
back,
Newman's. Bobby took him there.
Bobby, yes, and he lost a lot. He gave up a lot for us, and in Afghanistan, and
His
to
life.
see this man full of joy
I
and
know
happiness.
it. God.
Remember,
He had
Cynthia,
his
remember,
wife,
and
his
he had
girlfriend with him.
oh, and he had an eye. He had one eye, fake eye. The other one is closed, and it's the diamond. So I said, "How did you have that fake eye done with those diamonds? It's so unique." He says, "Well,
Right.
my wife divorced me, so I took my wedding ring and I told him to put the diamonds in the fake eye." So I was like, "That, I mean, seriously."
He still wanted to utilize that diamond.
He wanted
But
to
he had a
forever
girlfriend
with
with
him.
him, which was beautiful.
and to see like guys like that, and to know that a portion of the funds that we raise for the Cigar Heritage Festival, that's the VIP section that does that. It's I can't even describe it. I mean, I guess it's because my brother is a retired full bird colonel, and I just saw everything that he had gone through, mentally. He had 4 tours of duty, and the things that he saw, and I always introduce him when we're on stage, and you see him in the background going,
of course, we love Joe.
Stop. But
We love Joe.
I mean, if it wasn't for people like Kim, Kim, thank you for your service.
Yes, Kim
listen,
too, my dear friend Kim.
It's true what Cynthia says. You can, and Kim says, you can walk anywhere in Tampa with a cigar on the sidewalk, on the street, in the car, outside of a restaurant, and you know what? Nobody will say a word, because we are the Cigar City. And I am the Cigar City boss lady, but we are the Cigar City.
And I'm the
There
first
you
lady
are.
of cigars.
And
Each
it's
is the casa of mama.
And
It's a
both of the
wonderful
Tampa
place.
girls. Yeah,
But like Kim says, that, you know, any event that we go to, chances are like 99.9% that part of what we're doing is going to a cause. And that's an example that we were led by my mother and father, Carlos and Anna, and we continue that legacy. And my brother and I are very proud to do that. Everybody in Tampa, we have that in our blood. Like
Part
Lisa,
of our
whatever you
community.
do always goes to a cause. It's about helping others. And
It always
we've
has been.
definitely, we've
And when people
been a
come
true
to visit,
example of that.
when
Jose
people
said
come to,
try doing that in New York City.
Oh yeah.
Yes, right.
No, that wouldn't happen.
It's so difficult for y'all even to be able to smoke. Dr. Jude, I
Listen.
talked to him recently and he says you can't even smoke anywhere in New York anymore.
Yeah. No.
but you know what?
Nowhere. Not even
know,
walking down the
Remember-
street.
Cynthia and Lisa are right, because if you go back to the beginnings of Ybor City, the fine cigar capital of the world, you'll see there's all these social clubs, the Italian club, the Cuban club, the
Oh my
Spanish club.
gosh.
You know, they had the Via
Pedro
Público, all of
Studiano.
them. Yes, they exactly. They were all
The
social
Gonzalez
clubs.
Clinic.
Gonzalez
God.
Clinic, yes. Estrellas
The
Clinic.
Gonzalez Clinic,
Yes.
for God's sake.
These,
I used to
these
work
were
there.
these were all social medicine. Social medicine that started in the cigar community. We had social.
Yes.
We had. Listen, I don't want to say it, but in Tampa, you know, the old cigar. They were true socialists because
Yeah.
it was all about sharing and helping. They found the solutions by all contributing a little bit, so everybody could have some. That's
Right.
the way we were born, and that's the way we were raised. And I think that's been why we think the way we think, because that's what we saw in our grandparents, saw in our parents, and it's part of the community where we were raised. And Lisa
Well,
could tell you about that. Ybor City
yeah.
was a magical place.
Can we
The
mention as
cigar
well
and
Ash Wednesday? I don't want to interrupt, but can we mention a minute Ash Wednesday that Kim was very involved in Angie? Angie Fox continues it. I believe that every month when they do the first Wednesday of every month, they gather in different smoke shops, and part of the proceeds always goes to a different charity. Am I correct in saying
Yes.
that, Kim?
Yes,
yes.
Wow,
we
beautiful,
every month
beautiful.
when we would pick a foundation or some sort of charity event that, because it's about making a difference. We all have that privilege of smoking and buying a cigar, that little gem that we're looking for wherever. But it's about the legacy. It's about what are people going to say about you? What did you
Right.
leave behind? How did you make a difference? And life is about making a difference. You're so fulfilled. So one of the things that we used to do pre-COVID, if someone was coming in town and they sent
Yes.
Cynthia a message, Cynthia's like, girl, so and
We're
so's coming.
hosting.
We're hosting. Get ready. Get ready. And as wherever they wanted to go, we met them. There were nights that I'm like, oh wow, my feet are hurting and I'm tired
Like,
and
don't think about it
but
right now. Move forward.
don't think about it. And
Yeah.
we may not personally know the impact that we have on someone's life, but
That's
take the
right.
moment to talk to them.
That's
Take
right.
the moment to listen to their story
Amen.
because you just don't know. And
Well,
life
it's
is for the living.
and the
Cigars are meant
cigar
to be
industry
shared. We give them
and
all
this
away, right?
and the cigar industry is the best. And I'll just
Yes.
tell you, going back to what Carlito was saying, and I don't know, some of the viewers may not know this, but the great thing about the cigar industry that came to Ybor City from Ybor himself in the 1800s, the cigar industry built houses, those little shotgun houses that they still have a few left. The cigar industry built those houses for their cigar rollers to
That's right.
live, to have a house. And what they would
Right.
do is they would build these
Like
casitas,
glasses.
and they
Casitas.
would pay for the house and have it built. And then every week they would take a certain amount of money out of the paycheck to pay towards this home for these cigar makers to have a home. And they were called shotgun houses. They call them casitas. They call them shotgun because you can put a shotgun from one end of the door to the next. But talking about like
And
the
they're
social
there. They're there.
programs,
They're beautiful.
The
And in those
social,
days, all the owners of the houses had shotguns.
yes, they
And
did
let's
have
They
talk
were
about
allowed
shotguns. And
to.
remember, they
let's
put the
talk
little
about
nail. They put the little nail on the outside of the casitas that where they would hang the Cuban bread on every morning. But the cigar industry took care of its people. And not only did they
Absolutely.
give them homes to live in, but they produced all these different social clubs, like the Cuban club, the Italian club.
That's
And
right.
they would give you a little booklet and you would contribute X amount of dollars. And
That's
then
right.
they would spread that out. And if you got sick, you went to the Gonzalez Clinic,
Clinic.
okay?
Yep. And
You
got
had a
treated.
doctor, you got treatment, and that was part of being part of that social club. And everybody took care of everybody. And every year until the late 30s, the cigar industry would put on a 4-day cigar parade like no other. I'm
Oh,
talking
I remember.
floats. I'm
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
floats with the girls in the
Seen beautiful
cigar
pictures of that.
tubes.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, for 4 days, this would go on. And
Yes.
they would do it for the people. They didn't go. I mean, it was a free event. Like that's why I always said, you know what, I'm going to do the Cigar Heritage Festival, but it's going to be a free event because it's always been free to the people that lived here and also West
To the
Tampa. People
public.
don't realize
Yeah.
West Tampa had just as many cigar factories. I mean, 350 million cigars we would produce a year. You know what that is back in the day? I mean, it's just incredible. There's so
Those
much
are the
rich
good old
history.
days. Those are
And
let's
we
so
have
talk
good
about
old
home.
days.
we have
Let's
200 people from Germany that come to the Cigar Heritage Festival every year. It's
Nice.
amazing. They come from all over the world. It's just amazing. So
So
let's
thank
talk
you,
Let's
about
give the
Kim.
floor to
home.
Michi.
I
Okay,
just
Michi.
I just want to because this has gotten
This is
really
so
good. We
fantastic.
have a lot of people tuning in. And again, I just want to thank all the viewers and people are saying great show. Much respect to everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. This was absolutely a wonderful episode. I love learning about the Ybor City Festival as well as the history of Tampa. It's beautiful. But I want to give the floor to Kim for one moment because I want to know from her what got you into cigars, sweetie. Because we all know about Kim Makinithappen, but we don't know how you got into this.
Okay, well, it was it was a group
She
of
said, thank you
ladies.
for sharing that. Oh, beautiful
Yes,
You're
Lisa, thank you
welcome.
information.
for sharing.
You're welcome.
Well, I'm going to answer your question, but let me chime in on this real quick. When Lisa was speaking of the homes that were created, I can't tell you. I know what I witnessed through my own lens when I went to the factory in the Dominican Republic, and the home that has been created for the employees to work there is absolutely phenomenal. There's music playing. They have the cream, the everything and working and and at the Fuente factory. So Cynthia, Carlito, thank you. But
No,
to answer
of
your
course.
question, what got me in cigars? It was a group of ladies, and we were all in the military, and they were like, "Let's smoke." And me being Sister Chasten, I'm like, "Smoke? We can't smoke. What are you talking about smoking?" And it's like, "Let's smoke a cigar."
Meanwhile,
So
Cynthia and I were smoking cigars at 10 years old, but that's another
yeah,
story. Go ahead, Kim.
they were like, let's smoke a cigar. And for me, I was intrigued with the how the cigars were made and the process that that that's done in order to make a cigar. There's a lot of hard work, and I appreciate that. And a cigar is a test of patience, it's a test of time. It gives you that moment to step back from life and all the everything that's going on in life to just the moment to breathe. And that's what got me in cigars. And as time has progressed, I've learned more about the industry. Everyone knows that I'm a Fuente fan to the end. My 6 foot
Talk about your
humidor,
humidor, girl.
my 6 foot humidor, her is a little bit taller than 6 feet tall. And she's filled with
She's a beauty.
Fuente because there's nothing anyone can make a cigar, and I'm not taking anything away from the industry, but you have to have a passion. You have to have a love. You have to have a commitment, and you can't deviate from that. Even as COVID has changed our time, the Fuentes haven't deviated from that process. Things have been delayed, but I can tell you one thing that has remained true. If I pick up a Casa Cuba, if I pick up an Opus X Blue, it's just as good as the first one that was pre-COVID to the ones
That's
that I
right.
made now. So my love for cigars comes from just what goes into them, the blending. How do you know what to put together? What tobacco, what binder, what filler? How do you know? And it takes a special person in order to do that, and then to put that together. So for me, cigars are just, I'm a woman. Some women want to go out to dinner and get flowers and chocolates and all of that.
You love
Take me
that
to a
too.
take me to a cigar bar, buy me a cigar, give me some bourbon, depending, because I like to drink whatever the moment calls for, depending on what the situation is. I like to pair my cigar. If it's like it's hot right now, I'm drinking a beer, and it pairs nicely with my Casa Cuba. So that's what brought me into cigars. And then once I met Cynthia and saw the commitment, it just took it to a whole nother level. And
Thank you.
especially going down to the Dominican Republic, that experience was not like any of our experiences in Tampa. We ended up cleansing, we ended up resurrecting ourselves, and that was through everything that was there. It was like we were born again, and we
Yes,
came back
that's very
refreshed.
true. Beautifully put.
Yeah, we were born again. And if you're given the opportunity to go. Don't
That's
let
right.
that opportunity pass you up. I consider it a blessing, and I can't wait to go back. I got a
Kim, when do
$5
you,
hair
That
wash.
is so heartfelt. Like I love
it's
this.
the truth. It's
It's the
really
truth.
beautiful.
It's
It's
I
the
the
can't
truth.
wait
truth.
to visit
And I
that.
remember when I first met Kim, if I may say, was at the Ash Wednesday, and we did the event at our Tampa headquarters. We usually
Yes.
don't do events
Wow.
there,
Wow.
and then Calito and I had agreed, and Ash Wednesday was held there at the Tampa headquarters, and that was Carl Herzog, his wife Cindy, was very involved in it as well, and we did it, and that was a phenomenal, phenomenal evening.
It
And
was a
that's how we first
phenomenal.
became connected. But it was at our beautiful Tampa headquarters, which is
Actually,
another
actually, we did.
masterpiece.
Actually, we met the year prior at the Cigar Heritage Festival.
Yes, yes.
People were swarming you,
But
but
when we came
when it
connect, we
comes,
became more
we
connected. Yeah,
became we became connected there. And Cynthia and I have a bond, and Lisa too, that's like no other. No matter what time the phone
it's a
rings,
true blessing.
answer it. No matter what one another is going through, we're going to be there for each other. We're going to celebrate each other's birthdays. Lisa may want to downplay it, but Cynthia's going to put her crown on, and I'm going to put my little tiara on, and we're going to do it
And
up.
we're going in.
And we're going in,
We're
and
going in.
and people know when we're there, when we come in, they know we feel the love. They feel the love. The love is
Yeah.
spread everywhere, and it just warms my heart. And I shouldn't smoke, but I do, because I'm a heart patient. But I got good labs and
Balance, balance. That's one thing about
balance,
cigars. You maintain balance.
Hmm.
balance,
You can
balance.
maintain your
But
balance.
yes,
Yeah.
we
And the
have a connection.
and you can walk
And
into any cigar lounge by yourself, and you
That's
can
right. That's
sit
another
there,
thing.
and next thing you know, you're meeting a whole new group of people, and you all
yes,
have that one thing in common. And
That's
it
right.
doesn't matter
Very
what
well
you look
said.
like, what your face is,
Nope.
what the color of
What
your
you
skin
do,
is,
nope.
what
what
you
your
do.
beliefs.
what you believe. It doesn't. That doesn't. I mean, the love that you get from this cigar
You meet
Yes.
friends
is beyond.
automatically.
Yes.
You never
It's
feel
beyond.
alone.
Never.
I mean, for
never.
an example, Michi, she goes to the Santiago Lounge. She goes to Franklin's. And I mean, she has a home there. That's her home. It's no matter where you are in the world, you can go to a cigar lounge. And like Lisa says, you can walk in alone, but you're not alone. And
Yes.
you're going to
You're
meet
never
friends
alone.
immediately. As soon as you light this up,
Mm-hmm. So I
you will
want
meet
to.
a
And
friend.
So
I
in
love
and
that,
Michi,
Lisa.
may I,
Thank you.
Michi, may I say this real quickly?
Wait, okay,
It,
go.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
it
ahead.
warmed my heart to see the pictures last night
I
of
was just gonna
you
mention that.
and
Me too.
Lonnie
Me too.
and Vic
Nice.
and all the guys. I
You
mean,
finally met.
it
We
was,
meet. Yes.
yes,
That was great. That was
Yes,
beautiful. Yeah.
that
that
I
was
was that's what I
absolutely,
was gonna
I
talk about.
love that. I love
Michi,
that,
that
tell
was
Mama.
us. Michi, tell us, please.
Listen, it was just so happens Jose was like, listen, we haven't been out in a while. Let's go somewhere. So we said, let's go to Famous Smoke Shop because they have a renovated lounge. The restaurant
Yeah.
is gone now, so it's now a cigar lounge, and
Okay.
where the restaurant used to be. We walk in and I'm like, Jose, that gentleman looks familiar, but I'm that type of person. I'm not gonna come to you and be like, oh, I know you from somewhere. No, I didn't want to embarrass myself. So I sat down and then I see a whole bunch of guys coming in. And I'm like, oh my God, this is getting packed really fast. And one of the members, Rich, comes with Lonnie and he's like, oh, this is Michi and Jose. And Lonnie was like,
Yeah.
oh,
You're famous.
when
They
I
felt like they're meeting celebrities. They were so
Yes.
excited.
there was a line of
You
people.
are.
The guys were lined up to come say hi to us, and it was the most amazing
Wow.
experience I ever had. We took pictures, we smoked cigars, we had drinks. It was wonderful. It was
Good.
so beautiful. We stood there for a few hours, and then we went over to Caravan in Bath,
Uh-huh.
Pennsylvania, and I saw Joey.
You seen Joey? Oh
Saw
my
Joey
gosh. I
because
can't wait till I can meet Joey in person.
yes. So they had an event at Caravan because John Reamer released his own cigar called the J Train. And so there were people there. Cynthia, the mixologist that we had on our
Yes, he
show,
was there as well.
she was there.
Okay,
I didn't
okay,
get to see her.
beautiful.
She had already left.
Uh-huh.
But I saw Joey. I saw Rich Monch from CI. He was there
Oh
as
my
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
gosh.
Rich. How's Rich doing?
He's great. He's
Good.
absolutely
Good.
great. So
I'm
we
happy
left
to
there
hear
at
that.
about
Yeah.
11 o'clock, and then we went to Santiago, and we spent the rest of the night there and went home. That was such an awesome experience. Let me tell you, there are no fans in this world like Fuente fans. And the reason
Oh,
why
yes,
Fuente
I
fanatic.
yes.
I
the
believe
reason
that.
why I say this is because that both I say, there's always one or two oddballs, but 98% of this community has been so welcoming to me.
And we even love the oddballs too.
We love everybody.
We love everybody.
We love everybody. But
Yeah, we are the eyeballs. We are the eyeballs.
We probably are, Calito. That's good. I like that.
but they were all so welcoming, all so nice gentlemen. Lonnie,
Lisa's going to get another cigar.
Lawrence, uh, man, there was just so many people there. Oh, Prashant was there as well. It was so great.
Oh my goodness. They're
You know what it
wonderful.
is? It's like we need to have a hashtag. I said we finally meet because
Yes.
we've been meeting each other virtually all year, even though we meet so many people and during our events. But because of the virtual, we've had like a whole new community we've met. So now when we get to see each other in person, it's like the best thing ever. So
Yeah.
it's like we
But it's like
finally
you
meet.
already
Thank you.
it's like,
Yes.
it's like you already know the people because
Yes.
I remember when I met
That's right.
Jay and Rashad and Lonnie.
Yes.
You rember that year you had
Of course.
you
Of
had to be somewhere
course.
else, and it's like, okay, Kim, you have to fill in. And I met with those
Yes.
guys, and it was like, no, you don't. I was like, I have cigars, and they're like, no. And Lonnie brings out this garbage bag of cigars,
Lonnie's
I'm
the best.
small on the table at the Capitol. I was like, it's such a loving community.
Oh,
We all walk in different paths in life, but cigars bring us together.
Amen.
Cigars
Amen.
bring us together.
That's the beauty again of this industry. It's like you make friends and you're just like out of nowhere, and then you just have a whole bunch of people around you and you're sharing stories. And what was your first Fuente? What was your first cigar? And you exchanging stories. It's wonderful. It's
Yes.
truly
We're very
a format.
fortunate in so
It's
many
truly that.
ways.
Well,
You
folks,
know, from there, it blossoms. It's like a flower. It just blossoms, blooms, and it's beautiful.
folks, I'm gonna say,
Okay.
I'm gonna send a kiss to all you
Thank you,
beautiful
Carlito.
ladies. No,
Thank
I
you.
was on the show, Meet the Professor.
Thank you, brother.
So,
I
but
know.
let's-
Which
but
was a
we're-
phenomenal show today, as
It
always.
was. It was. But we're so passionate with the people we love and everything that we forget sometimes that we have to nourish ourselves. So this is my meal for the day. Look at all the
What is
sushi.
it?
Oh goodness.
Lord,
Oh,
wow.
look at this guy. He's got all kind of sushi and all.
the sushi.
Fantastic, brother. Enjoy.
Yes.
Yes.
I know you're in your glory, like I say.
So
Oh, enjoy it. You deserve it.
those that think that the Dominican Republic is still the third world, come and visit us.
It's not.
There's so much. This is the Dubai in the heart of the
It's a
Caribbean. There's so
paradise.
much.
Yes.
Listen,
Yes.
my
Thank
love to
you for
all
joining
ladies.
us.
Thank you for
Thank you,
sharing
Carlito.
so much
Thank
beautiful
you.
moments and the family and all of you, because you are family. And just talking about so many wonderful
Hey,
things that are part
Richard.
of my life. And also, yes, of course, to everyone, to Jay, Richard, and everyone that's on this
I just
show
seen him that
listening.
he was tuning in.
And I can't leave out the man behind the scene that makes this all happen.
Jose,
Jose.
the
Brito.
producer.
Un abrazo, mi hermano.
He
Ladies,
says thank you.
God bless.
God
Cheers.
bless you too,
Be
brother.
well.
Thank you, brother. I
Continue
love
to have a
you
great
very
time.
much.
Love you, Lisa. Love you.
Love you,
Kim,
Carlito.
all of
Bye,
you.
Carlito. Love you.
Thank you, Michi. Thank you, Jose, Cynthia, all of you. God bless. Be well.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Bye-bye.
So we want to give a last shout out to our viewers again. We still have JR hanging in there. We have Richard Kwan. We have Lauren from the Zoom Cigar Bar. We have
Lauren.
April from the Zoom Cigar Bar. Thank you all for being in there. Vilma, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for having us. Because of Vilma, I spent many great nights in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
So thank you
we
to
love
her.
Vilma.
She hosts Jose and I, and it's like we're home. She's so wonderful, and I want to thank her. And for those of you
And
who don't know,
Lena too.
for those of you who don't know, Vilma works for Famous Smoke Shop. Wonderful place. If you're ever in Pennsylvania,
Yes.
you stop by.
You're
So,
lucky. You have a lot of wonderful smoke shops in your area, smoking lounges.
you know, I
You're
am
very
blessed.
fortunate too, Michi. You have a lot of phenomenal smoking places there. Famous is a fantastic place. In fact, when my father moved to the Dominican Republic in 1980,
Mhm.
Arthur Sareski was his first account, his first big order. And at that time, you needed to order 25,000 cigars or more at a time. For us, that was enormous and still is. But Arthur was the first one that supported my father, and we're forever grateful. I remember that we did a beautiful dinner with Arthur at the Leaf, and it was spectacular. And Liana and Carl Herzog, my father Carlos, and myself went, and I'll always remember that. It's such a memorable moment.
Yes, and
Yes.
they've had some very wonderful events. I remember meeting Liana there for the first time.
Wonderful events all the time.
So yeah, you know, I am blessed, and I'm thankful that most of them are an hour and a half away. I wish that it was like 5 minutes down the road, but
Yeah, but you make it happen. You know, say make it happen.
Jose makes
Amici,
it happen.
may I ask you a question? What was your first premium cigar? Like Jose always asks, what was your first premium cigar? What brought you connected to the industry that you're so passionate and you and Jose live it?
Oh, so it was all a spiritual journey. My godparents are of a religion where cigar smoking is a big part of it. It's a Cuban African religion that they're into, and they introduced me to the cheap, the cigars you buy at the gas station. And the Black and Milds and stuff. That's how I started, right?
Yes.
I met Jose and his aunt, Eliza, may she rest in peace. She brought me on to Backwoods. And then
Okay.
Jose was like, you need to expand your palate.
Always a beginning.
Because you need to learn. I said, okay, let's try this. So what does Jose give me? An Opus X.
Oh wow.
Are you kidding me? That was your first premium cigar?
Yes, ma'am.
How did
Oh.
that
Did you
go?
turn blue? Did you turn green?
No, I took that shit like a champ.
Oh, in
For
it to win
you.
it.
You are a champ, girl.
Listen, and Opus X, hey, listen, hands down, one of the best cigars out there. But my Casa Cuba, the first time I took a puff out of that cigar,
You fell in love.
the angels sang. They were like, oh.
That's beautiful.
And
You were at home. You felt at home.
Yes, yes, I did. And I anywhere I go, you know, and anybody I meet, and they tell me, "Oh, Michi's like, you know, what's your, you know, what do you think is a good cigar for me?" And I was like, "Listen, everybody has a different palate. I
Right.
can't tell you that this is the best because it might not be the best for you. You might like something stronger. You might.
It's
But
subjective, yeah.
I tell people, try two Casa Cubas. Try a Divine Inspiration, and then try a Doble Seis.
Oh, you're talking Lisa's language.
Because
Yes.
the Divine Inspiration is very smooth, and the Doble Seis is a little bit more stronger, but it's wonderful. You will find something you like within that line, and let me tell you, not one person has ever said anything otherwise. So that's that, and this is why my show is called Casa Cuba Sundays, because that is my favorite cigar. That is what I will go down to the day I die smoking.
Oh, Michi, that's so beautiful.
Oh.
Thank you. I believe that everybody has like their favorite, and like they always say, there's no place like home. So you can smoke everything across the board, but you always have your favorite that you're gonna go back to.
Exactly.
I love them all. I smoke them all.
I do too, across the board. I do too.
Across the
But the
board.
Casa Cuba and the Don Carlos has a very, very special place in my heart.
Yes.
You know,
And
yeah.
thank you,
But
Lisa,
all of
for
them,
sharing
all of them.
that story with us, because not a lot of people knew about that. And I think that the fact that you were there to experience it makes it even more special to have
Oh
your
my
first show.
God.
Thank you so much. It's it's I've always had, a connection with Don Carlos. Like I said, just the fact that, every time I had a problem or something, I'd ask him, and he'd either tell me one or two things. He'd say, "Coño, chiquita, what's the matter with you? That's stupid. Don't do that. Don't do that." So, but you know what? Every time he would tell me something to do it this way or do it that way, and I did it that way, it always worked. But I just have a little story that I want to
Yes,
share
he
with
was a man of
everybody.
wisdom.
I was sitting, Cynthia, I think you were there, and I know Carlito was there, and Carlito was shocked. He couldn't believe it. So Cynthia's grandfather, okay, Arturo Fuente, the original Arturo Fuente, back in the day, wanted to open up a cigar lounge or a cigar store. I'm sorry, they didn't have cigar lounges back then, but cigar store, and have his Fuente cigars in Chicago. And this was
Yeah.
during when Al Capone was,
Mm-hmm.
head of the crime organization there in Chicago. So he opened up a store, and he got a visit from, some mob guys, and they said, "Hey, you need to start paying us, for whatever they call it. You got to start paying your part." And he said, "Yeah, I'm not paying anything." And you know what? He got his cigars, and he got his stuff, and he got up and he left, and he came back to Tampa, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that." So
I remember that.
yeah, remember when your dad told us that story? I could not believe it.
Wow.
But yeah, he actually
You know,
tried.
we were fortunate to spend beautiful moments, especially on a Sunday with my father.
Yes.
And we always made it an ordeal. We would barbecue, and we'd be drinking our wines and smoking our cigars. And Lisa, like, I reflect back on those moments, and those are moments that we're going to take in our heart forever. But I
Absolutely.
remember you always sitting down, and my father, Don Carlos, always had time for everyone. And no matter what it was, when he was talking to you, you were captured by him.
Oh,
He was
absolutely.
captured by you, and he gave you his undivided attention. And he always had words of wisdom, and he was the most humble man, but he was just sharing his heart. And we're fortunate that we have those memories. And I'm so grateful that I was able to share them with you, my friend.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely,
That's
Chiquita.
very touching, and that's what makes Casa Cuba Sunday even more special because you guys
exactly.
did this on Sundays, and here we are on a Sunday enjoying a Casa Cuba. Well, except Lisa, but
Yes.
Lisa, you
Yes.
had a lot
Yes.
of Casa Cubas.
I smoked all mine. What can I tell you? Know what?
Lisa's
Girl,
oddball.
your birthday's coming up. Your birthday's this week.
I can't keep
So
those.
you know what that means.
I know. I can't keep those around because as soon as I get the doble dos is my absolute favorite.
Oh, that's a good one.
And I'm telling
I
you,
love it
like
too.
when I have them, I'm smoking one right after the other. When I
Look
tell
at
you
me.
that
I have my little stick. Look at this.
when I
That
tell
little
you that I
stick, that's a
smoked
big
5 of them
stick,
the
girl.
other day, I smoked 5 right in a row. I just was sitting out here watching The Sopranos, just one right after the other.
Okay, so do you consider yourselves fast smokers or a slower smoker or medium? When you're smoking your cigar, do you consider, I want to know from you ladies, do you consider you're a slower smoker or like JJ?
Well,
They're like
girl,
he's like a
God
chimney.
bless them.
well, girl, you know me. I'm like a
JJ.
vacuum cleaner.
That
Would you say,
what?
Lisa?
I said I'm like a vacuum cleaner. You know me. I smoke like I'll be smoking it. It doesn't matter. It could be an Opus X Lancero, and somebody could be smoking whatever an 858. All of a sudden they look over. They're like, "Dang, you finished that cigar already?" I think probably like within 15, 20 minutes. And I smoke it all the way to
Oh
like
yeah.
where my
That's how you
fingers are
smoke a
burning.
cigar. You smoke it to
Yes.
You know,
because there's
that's when
so
you know
much.
it's a good cigar.
Yes.
Constructed perfectly. But my father used to always say tobacco's money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Every bit of tobacco, every leaf.
But
So
remember,
you enjoy every leaf. How about
but
you,
remember
Kim? Are
your
you a
dad.
fast smoker?
I am, it depends on the situation. Nights we were in Davidoff, we could never finish a cigar because we had to share the love.
Yes.
You know, so it's situational. If I'm by myself and I'm reflecting, I'm going to take my time. Like last night, I smoked a happy ending,
Beautiful.
and
Went to sex
it's
happy ending.
yes, and although it's a short cigar, it still took me like an hour or so to get through it because I was savoring all each note, each flavor note. I was reflecting on my life and where I am, where I'm going. And then there's moments that if I'm just burning right through them,
Okay.
like candy.
Yeah.
So it's
How
situational.
about you, Michi?
I coincide with Kim because I have, like, if I'm at a cigar lounge, we're talking and we're sharing
Yes.
stories and we're singing and we're dancing because we get rowdy. And that takes me a little bit longer to smoke a cigar. But and at those times I don't really like my best cigars. I'll like something that I like, but that I've already enjoyed too many times. But if I'm gonna sit down and enjoy a Casa Cuba and Opus X, I usually take a little bit longer. Like Kim says, I like to savor it. And I retrohale a little bit. I taste.
Good
And again,
job.
you reflect. You start to think. You like, the person who rolled this cigar, and I can picture them in the factory because you've seen documentaries about the factories and stuff, and I sit there and I'm like, wow, this went through quite a few hands and it's made to perfection. Because I have to say, I have not had a Fuente cigar that's ever been hard pulling. I've never had an issue with a Fuente cigar.
Thank you.
Those are my top 2 brands, Fuente and Padron. Those 2.
Yes. And they have a lot of similar parallels.
I think
Yes,
the reason
me
why I
too.
smoke so fast is because when we used to go to Don Carlos' house on Sunday, remember, girl? I'd be halfway through the cigar and he'd go get another one. Go get another. I'm like, but I'm only halfway. He goes, that's okay. Go get another one. So, I'm like, smoking that cigar all the way down. But I'm telling you that at the beginning of the show, before you came on, Cynthia, I was telling them, I was like, I remember sitting at your dad's house. Remember that time, 2:00 in the afternoon till 1 in the morning? I smoked like 8 cigars. And Cynthia's niece, Rosanna, comes out and she's like, "Oh my God, what happened to the whole bundle of cigars? Did you smoke all that?" And I was like, "Pretty much." And she's like, "Y'all are crazy." So I put it back in.
So I'm sorry, Kim, you were going to say something?
I was going to say, what you just capture what you said about, the hard work that went into making a Casa Cuba Fuente cigar. Until you witness it, then you will truly have an appreciation for it. I was fortunate enough to see it firsthand. And I can tell you, didn't want to leave. The Fuente employees have a passion. They are, it not only is it rolled by hand, it's inspected, it's re-inspected. Each box is handmade. And it's you, in order to do that craftsmanship, you have to have a love.
That's
You
right.
have to have a passion.
Kim would have stayed.
And,
Kim would have slept in the tobacco fields if she could have.
I had to,
The rest of
the
her
nice
life.
We
thing
would have
is,
slept at the Hemingway house, given the chance. Yes. We'll have to do that next time.
The fortune, I was blessed that it was just Cynthia and I that went down. So I was able to take it in. Each day, Cynthia was like, well, this is where we're going. So it was a slow day, and we just went through it was no rush. And then we'll break for lunch.
Like we
and then
tend to
we'll go somewhere
rush,
else.
normally in our normal lives. Yes.
Yeah, we tend to rush. So I got to see it, firsthand. And wow, like, okay, we're going to stay here for an hour. We're going to stay. There was no time limit. So for me, that's a very special place in my heart. Even when we got stuck on the
Thank
tarmac
you.
and Cynthia opened up eggs on the plane.
They were the eggs from the farm. I wasn't going to let them go to waste. I took them with
You're
me.
not
He goes,
gonna
do
open
not
up these.
open those eggs in the plane. I'm like,
I was like,
girl, I'm hungry. I'm going to eat them.
I'm like, Cynthia, do not crack those eggs on the plane. And because we were stuck on a tarmac for how long? Remember, we
I
thought
think
about
for like an hour that day. Yeah.
we were going to get off. We were going to get off the plane. And she's like, girl, I'm hungry. And I'm like, Cynthia, please do not eat those eggs.
And
And
Hosa had already peeled them for me. They were in a little baggie. They were perfect. They were ready to
He's
be.
wonderful.
Those are eggs from our farm, Freshmore Farm. Gosh.
Well, ladies, we have run into the 2-hour mark.
Oh my word.
This was absolutely amazing. I think we need like 2-3 more shows with you guys. There's just too many stories.
This was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Michi.
I want to say, Lisa, again, thank you so much for your stories. Thank you so much for putting together that festival. Let me tell you, Jose and I went in 2019, and it was the best time we've ever had. We said we would never miss another festival ever.
Everybody feels the same way.
We got ahead, con Dios por delante, the way we say.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We look forward to that.
Yes.
And Kim, thank you so much as well. You're a storyteller, girl. You need to use your voice to tell stories and stuff.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you for your service as well.
Yes.
I greatly appreciate it. I come from a family that are brothers in blues, and I have a brother who was in the military as well. So I have a deep appreciation for each and every service member. And Cynthia, thank you for joining us too. You're always a delight to have. And thank you for introducing us to these two beautiful ladies.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. It's always my pleasure. Michi, I want to thank you like I always do from the bottom of my heart for everything you do, for the passion you have for our family, first and foremost, for the love of cigars. And I am grateful for each of you. I mean, Lisa and Kim, you are my heart. You are my dear sisters, sisters of the leaf and sisters, period. And I really am so happy and grateful in my heart. I believe that we have a lot of beautiful blessings and to take the time to appreciate them. And you three have brought a lot of brightness to me. And I really do feel grateful. I don't know how this world would be without you, and I don't want to know. I love you three
I don't want
very,
to know
very
Same
much.
either.
here, girl. Same here.
Roadies for
I
life.
yes,
Roadies for
yes.
life.
Roadies for life. This was a
Roadies
fabulous
for life.
episode. Michi, you do such a fabulous job. Jose, thank you. And honestly, I look forward to the next. And I also looking forward to Michi when you visit Tampa again, and or we visit up north and we're able to be
Oh,
together
yeah.
in person. It's going to be fabulous.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
Lisa, Kim, any last words?
I just want to
I
thank you
just
so much, Michi. Thank you. You know, having this show, it means a lot to a lot of people. It's very special for me. Y'all know why. And just thank you so much for having us on your show. I had a wonderful time. And yes, you're right. We need to do this again. I had so much fun.
Yes.
yes.
Kim?
I, Michi, Cynthia, Lisa, thank you so much. Michi, thank you for inviting me. It was such a pleasure. It was such an honor. I couldn't have been on the show with two ladies that we have shared so many special moments, even on the day we thought we had jumped 12 feet in the air, when we only had jumped
At the beach.
but we thought we were way up there flying, and
We
the
felt
stories
free.
and the history. And always, I'm going to leave you with this note. Life is for the living. Always make a difference. Do what you can to put a smile on someone else's face, because you never know whose life you might be saving. So I love you all. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. You know, it's been such an honor. Thank you, Michi.
Oh, the honor is all mine. The pleasure is all mine. Ladies, stay on. Don't leave the broadcast because I have a few words for you. But everyone watching, thank you. Thank you so much. Again, thank you for joining in. We had a wonderful time. Thank you, April. Thank you, Lauren, Rich, Jay, Debbie, and everyone else. Have a wonderful day.
Michelle, Margarita, April, everyone, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
And a special shout out to Lisa for your birthday.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Let's sing happy birthday to Lisa.
Oh, Lord, let's do it. May the good Lord bless you. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lisa.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
And a shout out to my niece Liana, too, that it was her birthday in March.
Oh, yeah.
And recently she lost her grandfather.
Oh, yeah.
My heart goes out to her. And I know that, she's feeling it these days, but we're with her. We loved her. And so for all the March birthdays out there, they say that March is the month of women. So let's continue to celebrate one another.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Love and wishes.
Yes.
Oye, si va a llover, que llueva. Lo que no quiero es chin chin.